So, I just finished up uploading a raw video of the Pokédex for my mod, and my game is almost complete for our beta testing. I hope everyone appreciates everything I've done. Well, I guess there's one thing left to do before release.
Just bare bones trying to bust up your opponent. That's look at this. Look.
I really think you should.
What is up, my crew? It's DLC here, and I cannot believe I am doing a whole video about this. I've said this multiple times on past videos, on Facebook, everywhere, and I can't understand why people won't let this go. Yes, I'm talking about the people hounding me about why Gen 7 is not in Theta Emerald Renev. If you don't know, I'm working on a Pokemon mod called Pokemon Theta Emerald Renev, where it's Gen 1 through to 6, and this isn't the first time I kind of experienced something like this. When I did the very first edition of Theta Emerald, where I only had Gen 1 through 5, I had the same thing happen where people would hound me about Gen 6 not being in the game. Now, first and foremost, I have no malice or ill intent for Gen 7, at all. In fact, that generation has quite a few good Pokemon. In fact, I uploaded a video a long time ago showing me sweeping a whole entire team with just my shiny Salazzle. And let's not forget about the best Pokemon, Stuffle. Why is it the best? Oh my god, it's so cute! But what's holding me back? Well, nothing really. In fact, I could just take the Pokédex expansion tool that's available to anyone and just make it to 807 with all the forms, no problem. Well, that's what my good friend here, Sylveon Lover XYZ, points out. Add Gen 7 because it's time. I also know what time it is as well.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Where the fuck are your parents? Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
Add Gen 7 because it's time, and no box wouldn't handle is a lie. There's already a game with 807, but it's broke as heck, like Sprite's glitch. Is he talking about this? But he's not wrong. A few months back, I talked about a game called Pokemon Hyper Emerald, which I believe got an upgrade. It's pretty much an Emerald mod. Chinese, however, what actually has Gen 7 plus all forms added. However, there's a flaw with the statement that our friend wonderfully wrote. No box wouldn't handle is a lie isn't a lie. In fact, this is a screenshot of the last box in the most current version of Hyper Emerald. It reads in English box 14, meaning that there's only 14 boxes in this game. If you saw one of my more recent videos where I went through every single Pokemon in my boxes, because the way when I play Pokemon games is I capture every single Pokemon evolved and I put it in a box, along with some forms here and there. And if you notice, in that game, there was only 12 slots left in the PC. 18 if you're counting the party, and 20 if you're counting, the daycare, but, 19, well, yeah, 20, but here's the thing, last time I checked, Gen 7 doesn't have, only 17 Pokemon. Not to mention, fully evolved / base forms, meaning like Pokemon that don't evolve, like Mawile and Sableye. In fact, just for the hell of it, I made a list of what I would put in a box. And that is 59 spots needed. So, after you fill out your entire team and the rest of your boxes, the rest of the space they have left with Gen 7, and the PC and the daycare, you still need 39 more spaces that need to be filled. And don't give me that, well, just release them. You also think that I'm going to release my complimentary shiny Belton that I got from Steven? Well, you got another thing coming, mister. Now, you might say, well, if you expand Pokemon, items, moves, etc., why not just expand the boxes? Well, here's the thing. If explained Pokemon storage system was that simple, then there would be only one reason why Gen 7 is not in Theta Emerald Renew. We'll talk about that later. If you want a clear answer of why it's not that simple, this person, I'm sorry I can't say your name, sorry man, wrote it in the best way possible. I'm just going to sum it up pretty much. You can read along if you want, but what he said is, the problem is having space in SRAM, or static random access memory. Don't quote me on this, but I think that's where the game saves your data. Because when you save your game, those extra boxes have to be written somewhere in the save, and the current save data structure within Emerald is limited. Even if you fret up enough up and compress the Pokemon format, you still need to rewrite how boxes are handled, how the memory is allocated, how Pokemon are read, written, etc. So to sum it up, it is possible, however, the ability to do it at this present time is impossible. But you know what? That's what people said about putting someone on the moon. And they eventually did it. Here's the thing. It could be released at any time. You don't know this. This is one thing that's kind of crazy about Pokemon modding nowadays, is that one day I woke up and next thing you know, they're talking about showing a whole tutorial on how to expand the Pokemon in Emerald, where I thought it was never possible. So, let's be real here. For box expansion, it's not available yet, but it could be released as I'm doing this voiceover, or while I'm editing this video, or while you, the viewer, are watching this video. The problem is that even if someone had the ability to actually just say, here you go, and send out a whole entire clean tutorial on how to do this, how to extend like the PC storage system in Pokemon Emerald, that only solves one of our two problems, ladies and gentlemen. But what could the other problem be? Well, here's the thing, alright? So I've talked about this before. Do you guys know how this game, what this game's based off of? I call them the Big Five. Pokemon, Pokedex expansion, item, TM expansion, extension, make bags bigger, overworld form change engine, a hacked engine adding more aesthetics, really cool things, and the big thing, and the main reason why Gen 7 is not in the game, is the Emerald Battle Engine upgrade. Now, the reason why I said that's the main reason why Gen 7 is not in it, is because the engine is really good if you're using Gen 6. Only Gen 6. I won't hide anything, I'll be honest. But if you want to mod my game when it comes out, and you want to look in the code and find anything, you will find Gen 7 moves and abilities in the game. And hell, some of the Pokemon that, have them are catchable, like I believe, let me see, I think Alolan Sandshrew has Slush Rush. I don't really know. I barely play the Alolan Pokemon. The only Alolan Pokemon I play with is Alolan Exeggutor. But the thing is, yeah, you can look in the files and see the abilities are there and the moves. But who's to say the ones that you found in the game work? Yep, the Gen 7 part of the battle engine is not done, and I don't want to release a game with a subpar Gen 7. I'd rather release a game with an engine where all the moves act like they're supposed to. Now, you could say that I could wait for them to update it. Well, easier said than done. This is from a post from, I think, September 2nd, 2017, where it says, and I quote, "So despite the battle engine upgrade nearing completion, the current progress of and support to the battle engine upgrade is put to a stop and will undergo a complete reboot, meaning that this engine will not be updated until a completely reworked version of it is released, a more compacted, fun version where it's so easy to make things happen." And I can't tell you the release date because no one knows. And as the same with box expansion, it can happen at any time. By the way, it's been a year since that announcement and nothing has happened since then. No updates, no news, just a post. Though let's be honest, if and when it comes out, people might be asking to put it in Gen 8. Put in Gen 8 for the next Theta Emerald thing. And then at that point, I probably just have more fun getting into the Octagon with Brock Lesnar. In general, the main reason why Gen 7 isn't a Theta Emerald Renew is because the PC boxes won't be able to hold it unless you literally rewrite the save data structure, and when there's an engine that has Gen 7 content in it. Look, here's the thing. I know you might be upset that Gen 7 isn't in this. I understand. I am too. In fact, mind you, I know I joked about Stuffle, and I'm not kidding. Size was cool. I like Gen 7, alright? I think Gen 7 is probably one of the most fun games I've had in a little while. People might say I'm joking. I really am not. Because it's new. I like it. And I still play around with it when I get a chance. I mean, actually, just recently I played Vikavolt. It's a slow Pokemon, but its special attack's incredibly high. And I understand you're very upset. However, you must understand that this is the best we have right now. I'll be honest, if 2 people came to me and gave me the tools to expand the PC storage and a complete battle engine upgrade with a full Gen 7 engine, I would totally do it. But the problem is that I've said with this, the current Theta Emerald Renew will be released in 2018, at the end of 2018, or probably a little while from now. That would be pushed back to mid 2019 if I'm lucky. But until then, please enjoy what I have. Here's the thing. My main goal of this game is to have quality over quantity. When I did the first version of Theta Emerald, alright, I thought Gen 6 was too much. Because I'll be honest, the current iteration of Theta Emerald we have, you can't capture everyone. What do I mean by that? Unknowns is a great example, alright? I mentioned I caught everyone and I only had 12 slots left. I only had 1 unknown, which means I gotta capture 27 more forms of unknown, and I have no room for that. But, the reason why I didn't really mind it at that point, I kind of said screw it, was because you don't really get anything for completing the unknowns. It's not like, I think Gen 4 or Heart Gold Soul Silver where it actually mattered. But here's the thing. In this current Theta Emerald Renew, I did have some Gen 7 stuff to it. Alolan forms, Zygarde 100% form, and Ash Greninja. I just feel like people ask way too much, and I can understand why people tend to get really upset. A good example, oh my god. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is a great example of this kind of thing happening. Let's be real here. Alright, we'll talk about that later, but people are upset that certain characters are in the game. Let's be real here. In that game, you have Simon Belmont, King K. Rool, Ridley, who else? Isabelle, I guess that's a big character. All these, big characters. Hell, some characters that came... Literally, every single character, every single Smash is in the game. You're not gonna get Waluigi, who's a fucking assist trophy. But still, I feel like people will complain no matter what. Hell, let's be realistic here. If I were to add in Gen 7 right now, people will complain, why isn't Melton in this game? I will bet my fucking bottom dollar that if I put in Gen 7 and had it released by the next year, people would ask when's Gen 8 coming out. That's the one thing that sucks about this kind of thing, is that people will complain no matter what. But if you're one of those people who actually don't mind it and just happy with the fact that there are new things and a completely different, because the thing is, there are new things in this game that I haven't mentioned. There are new Pokeballs in this game. There is a Shiny Charm. There's a reworked Battle Frontier, because apparently that was a problem. And I did my best to include everything. Now, like I said, there are problems. I'll try and link into it. If not, it's just... I'm just trying to do my best to make everyone happy. And I'm trying to explain why some things aren't possible right now. But like I said, until the fateful day comes when Gen 7 Battle Engine for Emerald comes out, and PC storage box expansion is no big deal, please enjoy Theta Emerald Renewed as it is. And that's about it for this video. I hope you liked it. I just want to bring up something that happened just recently. We've reached over 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm blessed that after being on YouTube for so long, I got 5K subscribers. That seems Not a lot compared to people who like have way more than, you know, people that I like, but still, that's a big accomplishment for me. Also, on a serious note, Theta Emerald Renev is literally almost done. In fact, if I do this one little surprise thingy, and it works the way I want to, it works in a certain way, I might start releasing the game to certain people for beta testing. Beta testing questions and are on the pinned post on my Facebook. You can actually go on my Facebook. There's the first post I believe you find is me saying I'm looking for beta testers. All I gotta do is go in the comments and write why you want a beta test. And don't just give me the excuse of I just want to play the fucking game. Don't do that. That's too easy. You gotta explain like why and what you're gonna do with the game. Also, speaking of the, you know, my Facebook page, while you're there, I might as well just go like it because that's where I post updates to my channel and, you know, the game and all that stuff. Speaking of liking something, be sure to like the video if you found this video informative or answered the question, you know? Or just like it if you think it's unfair that, you know, Gen 7's not in this game. I totally get you. You know, we can't have nice things, I understand. And be sure to comment. I know at least one person will still ask for Gen 7. You know, it's always a nice thing to wake up to in the morning. And be sure to subscribe to my channel for new videos. And I think there's some notification bell you gotta look into. I have no fucking clue what that is. Whatever. And one last thing, I know I'm plugging a lot, but there's one thing I've been doing is that I have a Discord. I actually have a Discord. I don't really go. I try and go on as much as I can. It has different couple of servers. It has a general forum where I just talk to you guys. We talk about Pokemon, Overwatch, Smash Brothers, all that stuff. In fact, there's actually one video I want to do involving Smash Brothers. I'm thinking when the beta testing goes out, I'm going to start working on that. And with that, until next time, my crew, I will see you later.